Okay. All right. I'm live. Back on, but I'm probably in the wrong place. One more thing that might work. Hold on. Ah, here I am. Can you guys hear me now? Hello, hello. Anybody? Can you hear me now? Better. Okay. All right. Okay, good. All right, good. Boy, I listened to that other one. That's terrible. Okay, guys. Sorry about the mix-up. I have all of these different speakers and gizmos, and so sorry about that. All right, now here's the thing I'd like to do today, and in order to do it, it would help if you open up another browser at our browser window and take a look at the Grand Prix d'Horlogerie de Genève and take a look at the pre-selected. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing and go to the, where is it? Here it is, the Grand Prix Horlogerie, and then it says pre-selected watches 2018. Go ahead and open that up. And it'll, here we are. And I'm going to make that nice and thin so I can, there we go. All right, so here's how it turned out. First of all, let me introduce you to the prize watches we have. I thought I only had 5. I have 6 watches. None of them are exactly high horology, but here they are. They're mostly fashion watches, and I'd reviewed them. This is a Guess, sort of like it's a quartz chronograph, very accurate though. This one is a mechanical watch. It's an Armatron, and it's skeletonized. And that's sort of fun because you can look at it. This one right here is a ladies' watch by Anne Klein, and it has a mother of pearl on the dial, and then for the indexes it has diamonds. So no women entered the contest, and so if you like this one, if you win, we have 3 winners, and we have 1 so far. If you do win and you pick this, it'd be a nice gift. Okay, this one we have, and this is a neat one. This is, I think it's a Norwegian watch. Here's the band for it, and here's the watch. It too is quartz, and it's, but it is sort of a cool watch. Finally, we have this Marc Jacobs smartwatch. This is the first time we've had a smartwatch that I was in, and this can be used for very much like a Fitbit or a watch. So anyhow, so we have so those are the, let's see, 1, 2. Wait a minute, we got another one here. This one I just got recently. I think I showed you all of these anyway. This one is sort of a cool watch. This one is 36 millimeter, comes with 2 bands, and it's by an outfit called 111. And so it's sort of a neat watch too. So if you do win, I mean, you're not going to get anything high horology. You're going to be you get these things they're either quartz, standard horology, or then we have the one smartwatch. Okay, hang on a second, I dropped something. 1 second here. There, got it. This goes with the 111, and somebody wanted that one. I wanted to make sure they had everything. Okay, so those are the prizes we have, and like I said, we have one winner already, and yeah, in-cart, thanks, but no thanks. All right, so got on my Vacheron Constantin Easter Weeks American 1921. The reason I mention this is that the other day I said, "Oh, what would go better with a white suit?" This my Maurice Lacroix is sort of a 20s type of look, or my 1921. And I said, well, this one would. So that was one I had on yesterday, but fortunately I get to wear it again today because I had no idea, and they didn't give us any indication when the pre-selections were coming out. Well, they're out today. And so let's take a look at them. First of all, the ladies' watch, the one I picked was the Beauvais 1822. That was pre-selected. The Bulgari, the Chanel I really like a lot. Calumet, Moritz Grossman. Moritz Grossman, I gotta tell you, I was really surprised this was selected for this category because it almost looks like a man's watch. It's really a cool watch though, because you twist that the lug at the top, and it's like a T-lug, and you twist it, and that's how you wind it. That's instead of a crown. And then you have the Piaget. Those are the 6 pre-selected. Okay, the ladies' complication, Beauregard, Bulgari, Calumet. Calumet was the one I think that was one I selected. Ludovic, Ballard, Parmigiani, Fleurier, Van Cleef and Arpels. Maybe I had the Van Cleef and Arpels. I had one of those two. I forgot which one I had. Now for the men's watch, you have the pre-selected are the Akriva, Debuthe. Oh God, I know I'm mispronouncing these. H. Moser at C, MB&F, Vacheron Constantin, and Voutilanen. Man, that's the neatest group of watches. Any one of those would just be a killer to have. Okay, now the men's complication, Bulgari, Gerard Perregaux, H. Moser at C, Crayon, Laurent Ferrier, and Vacheron Constantin. I was a little surprised about the Vacheron Constantin, not because it's not a neat watch, but it was almost identical to the Parmigiani that was there. That didn't get picked with this group. It got picked with some other ones, though, or at least the Parmigiani did. But it's sort of interesting. Parmigiani won 2 last year, so maybe they weren't going to get as many. The one that I liked was the H. Moser. That was my pick. It looks like, for men's complication, it looked like one of the most simple ones. But that is a really nice watch with some interesting complications, very interesting concepts to it. Okay, for the chronograph, the one I picked was a Singer Reimagined. I picked it last year, too. This is a Hong Kong version. It's the same one, essentially. The reason I picked it was that it has the Agenhor in it. And the other ones were Chapek, Gerard Perregaux, Mont Blanc, Tag Heuer, and Zenith. Boy, oh boy. Of these 2, my guess it's going to be either the Singer or the Chapek. Either one of those, I think, has a real good shot. I could be wrong. It could be that Zenith with the Defio Primero 21 is pretty neat, too. Anyhow, so that was my pick. The chronometry, I picked the D Can Do. I had read about him not too long ago, and this guy is like incredible stuff. The Boothney. pronunciation. Mont Blanc again with a tourbillon, a tourbillon. Tag Heuer, Ulysse Nardin, and Zenith. This one I think is going to come down to the Can-Do or the Bethune. Hope I said that right. Those are the two I like in that group. I mean, of the one of course I picked. Okay, mechanical exception. The one I picked was a Beauvais 1822. The other ones, the Constantin Animation Joker, that's sort of like a rerun of the same watch that was the Clown last year. Bugari, Gerard Perregaux, Grubel Forcé, and Ulysse Nardin. I think it's going to be between the Grubel Forcé and the Beauvais 1822. They're both really nice. In fact, all of them are pretty nice, come to think of it. Okay, for sports watch, now this is a funny category. I picked the Fabergé for the same reason I picked the Sayer, and that was because it has the Agenhor movement in it. Some other ones, the Mont Blanc was the only one there. It wasn't a wristwatch. Seiko, whoops, we got that. Somebody called. Good, they got them. I forgot to hide the phone. Sorry about that. Seiko, Tag Heuer, Ulysse Nardin, Zenith. Here's the thing, is that the Fabergé, I think hands down is the best watch, but in previous Grand Prix, they also looked at the price. Now, Fabergé with the Agenhor movement is pretty pricey. There. Places like Grand Central Station. Okay, let's see. Okay, jewelry, the Antonio Prezuzzo, Bugari, Chaumet, Gregorio Piaget, and Van Cleef and Arpels. I picked the Van Cleef and Arpels, so that was, I'm not even sure why, but I did. I had some other ones I was thinking about. I like the Bulgari too, and I like them all. The Chanel is really something. Okay, artistic crafts. The one I picked had been the Fabergé. I first picked the Hermes and changed my mind and went to Fabergé. Both of them turned out okay. The Chaumet, Matt Chaumet. I'm not, again, sorry about this. The Piaget, the Vacheron Constantin, that's a beauty, and the Van Hoff. All of these are really amazing watches. Now, last year in artistic crafts, Boot and Lannen won, so I got a feeling they're gonna pay attention to the movement, what's going on inside. And I think the Fabergé may have an Agenhor inside. They've used it before, and they have one in their sports watch. So I don't know. The Vacheron Constantin, they may like that one because it's part of a series called the Metered Arch that they have. Sorry about the pronunciation. I like the Hermes too. I mean, but we'll see what happens. Okay, the Petite Aiguille, I picked the Harboring 2. And some other ones that were in there. I was happy to see that Ming got chosen. Ming is an Asian watch, is Chinese, and they've had some beautiful watches, and so I was glad to see that. The Constantine Chaikin, there's the Clown again. They got looks like they put the same watch in more than one category. There's a Longines record. That's good looking watch. The Ulysse Nardin and the Vestantera. This time, I think the Harboring 2 might have a very good chance because that's a fairly complicated watch. I mean, that thing's got a rattrapant and an in-house movement, and I like it the best. That doesn't mean it's going to win. This Petite Aiguille. Now, the Petite Aiguille this year changed. It used to be under 8,000 Swiss francs. Now it's between 4,000 and 8,000. And what they did is that they dropped the they had this new category called the challenge category that were under 4,000 Swiss francs. And the ones that they have here, Gorilla watches, this one's called the Fastback Drift, which that was one I chose. There's a Longines, there's Nomos. That Nomos, I think, has got a very, very good chance. Not only because it's a nice watch with an in-house movement, but that's just a hunch I have, even though I like the Gorilla the best on this one. The Reservoir, Seiko's got a nice watch for that price range, and the Tudor. The Tudor is the GMT version of the Tudor. Okay, let's see. All right, let's see, guys. See what's up. All righty. So, all right. So let's take a look at what any ideas that you have. Let's announce the winner. How about that? That might be interesting. There were 3 entries that had all but 2 correct. In other words, they had, of the picks they had, only 2 of them were not, didn't make it to the pre-selected. And so, as the rules state, the person with the earliest entry that had only 2 wins. And this year, Andy Gantz won, and it was, I think he was like the 2nd person to enter the contest this year. So he was right up there. And I can tell you now which one he chose. He chose the Marc Jacobs smartwatch, and he's going to give it to his wife, which I thought was a nice gesture. So that answers that. Now, if you'd entered into the Grand Prix Picks, there are 2 more chances to win. A person who has the most watches that actually do win, that's one winner. And the other one, you only have to pick 1 watch, right? And that's the Grand Prix, or the Aiguille or watch. So, okay, yeah, Inkheart, yeah, not surprised the Gorilla watch qualified, bang for the buck, truly. I agree. I think exactly the same thing. I thought that was a neat watch to have, and especially given the complexity that they have in the, I forgot what they call it, but the numbers turn around and so forth. Who are the others who came close but didn't win based on? Listen, anybody can go and take a look at all of the entries at the Grand Prix Picks webpage. So anyhow, if you want to go there and take a look, everybody's stuff is there. You can't enter anymore. The deadline was August 31st, but you can go take a look at what they did. Do you like the Vacheron Constantin triple calendar? Let me see. Now this is the one. Let me see. What was that under? I remember that one. The Perpetual Calendar Ultra Thin. Yeah, I like it. I mean, that's a nice watch, but I tell you, if someone said, okay, you can have any one of those, I'd take the H. Moser and the Laurent Ferrier first. Even though what you're looking at, the Perpetual Calendar, that's an overseas Perpetual Calendar. And to me, here's an incredible irony with that, is that here you have a gold watch, they're a sports model, and it just got some kind of black bracelet on it that I made of I don't know what. It's sort of an interesting thing. The thing about the overseas is that they come with 3 different bands. That thing is really cool. They come with a metal band, they come with a gator band, they come with a rubber band. And so depending on what you're doing, you can wear it. But a gold one, I just, for a sports watch, that seems a little odd. Now, that was not in the sports watch entry. It was in Men's Complication. And they do beautiful stuff. To wit, I like Vacheron Constantin. That one is a little more, I don't know why. It's just not not something that I'm drawn to. Like I said, but I really like that H. Moser. It has, it's got a perpetual moon. I think it's also, well, not. It's hard to tell whether it also has the perpetual calendar in it too. Very interesting movement in that watch. But you know, the Gerard Perregaux has one. They have that triple bridge Tuberon. And the crayons got some interesting stuff in there for complication. This is more of a horse race, I think, than a lot of these. These are 6 really great watches. And the on the men's, the H. Moser, that was been my Grail watch. Nothing but Grail watches there. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong Vacheron Constantin 10. I was looking at the men's complication, which is perpetual calendar. The triple calendar 1942 is the one that you were referring to. That I like. I love the looks of that watch. But again, if I had a choice of any of those, I'd probably go, if someone said, hey, you can have one of these. I'd probably go with the Acrivia, the MB&F, and I really just love that H. Moser. That one is another one I like a lot. But I like, you know, if they were right in front of me, maybe I'd grab the Vout and Lard. How can you go wrong with a choice like that? I have no idea. All 6 of those watches, I think, are the best watches in the whole in the whole Grand Prix. But that's me, you know. I like too many watches too much. Okay, let's see. The blue one seems most apropos. Let's see. Oh man, Reservoir. Yeah, the British Racing. That's another one, Kyle. That's another very interesting one. Okay, let's see. What else do you got here? Some people, go ahead and take a look at the entries. Mr. Stinzel won. Okay. I'm surprised that more people didn't enter. But like I said, because so few people entered, and there's still two more prizes. I think the few people that did enter have a pretty good chance. This was the first year ever that I got them all. I entered too near the end, but I was ineligible, obviously. But I got them all. I got every single category. I've never come even close to that before. I don't know what happened. I got lucky is what it was. All right. Well, listen, any other comments? Were there any watches that you think that should have made this first cut but didn't make it? Hey, Robin. Today is really the last day I can wear white. I thought it was yesterday, but it's today. It's the Sandman black tan. Okay, Lord Luxury Channel. Roman HYT. Yeah, HYT. Roman. That's a good question. They never win, and yet they're very, very interesting watch. Endless Drive. Which one was the Endless Drive? The MB&F is Oscar. The MB&F is there. It's under the men's. Which ones do you think that didn't make the cut that are there? By the way, too, we had a video on the Legacy, the MB&F that Healer 74 had, and so that was one that we looked at in one of the videos. We looked at that one. They're all incredible. I have never seen so many watches in the men's category that were so neat. The Chronomet let's see, it's called the Chronomet Souverain by F.P. Jorn. That's the one I have. It won the men's category some years ago. It's an incredible watch, kind of watch I like, nice and simple. The DeWitt. DeWitt was another one. Yeah, you know, there were several DeWitts this year. Not a single one of them made it even through to the first cut. It could have been because DeWitt is on and off with sort of like the box of chocolates. You never know what's going to be inside with them. And the same thing with was another watch company that is named after a famous watchmaker. Can't think of his name right away. Not a single one made it through. And I think if you look carefully at those watches, they're the watches that don't have the most regal kinds of movements. Now, when you get down toward the challenge level and even the Petite Aiguille, you're going to find more of those that did make it through. But you're not going to find those up there in competition with some of these other ones where the you know, they're just not in the same ballpark, really. Okay, I like seeing that 2 Mito were in competition, but none managed to pass. Mito is one of those watch companies that it's a very old watch company, and then they sort of regenerated, but their movements aren't anything to really that are especially really neat. Okay, good evening, Bacon Eater, you made it. Last time you didn't make it. Good, I'm glad to see you made it this time. Take care. Okay, guys, well, thank you for coming, and I'm sorry about the mess up with the microphone. I have no idea why that happened. And so anyway, oh, Clyde got a Kermit. Okay. Congratulations to Clyde. Take care, everyone. Be back on, when will I be back? I guess Friday. Bye-bye.